evening, Karina Carvalho with ABC News. Many heads have rolled over the Queensland rail debacle. Today it was the Transport Ministers. Stirling Hinchliffe has resigned from Cabinet after the release of a long-awaited independent report into the rail fiasco. For more, Leonie Mellor joins me live. Leonie, did the report find the Minister at fault?
No, it didn't, Karina. The Strachan inquiry found a complex organisation that was overly bureaucratic. It had a management team that was inexperienced, lacked confidence and failed to scrutinise. Effectively, they didn't ask and they weren't told. Now, that went all the way to the top. Stirling Hinchliffe has always maintained that he wasn't informed. Well, now he's quit, leaving others to implement the 36 recommendations aimed at restoring services. After months of mea culpas over train cancellations and driver shortages, today one more.
My government apologises for that and we are determined to fix it.
Flanked by Commissioner Philip Strachan and Acting CEO Neil Scales, the Premier released the long-awaited report. But absent, Transport Minister Stirling Hinchliffe, now another casualty in what's been dubbed the rail fail. Ms Palaszczuk says he resigned, he wasn't pushed.
It has taken a huge toll on him personally and a huge toll on his family.
Stirling Hinchliffe has finally admitted that he's simply not up to the job.
But the inquiry found neither he nor previous ministers were ever warned of potential problems. It laid the blame elsewhere.
This report reveals a culture of relying on intuition, complacency and being reluctant to share bad news within QR's operational team.
The report found that over the past 2 years, there was a 9% increase in weekly services, but a 7% decrease in driver productivity, due in part to the union agreement. Driver numbers dropped 4%, forcing a reliance on drivers working overtime.
In October, that lever of overtime became exhausted and could no longer close that gap.
The report criticises just about every level of the organisation for not passing on the warnings or asking the right questions. From the train delivery service team, which was focused on short-term operations and did not recognise or escalate longer-term issues, to the former CEO, not appropriately informed of emerging issues, relied on risk management processes that were not properly applied.
I wouldn't say they deliberately hid the truth. There were people down deep in the organisation that were having some concerns.
There are 36 recommendations, including a major overhaul of QR management, as well as driver training and planning. Mr Strachan recommends stripping 3 layers of bureaucracy in between frontline workers and the chief executive in a bid to highlight potential problems earlier. And he's outlined a range of options to boost driver numbers, including recruiting external applicants, even those with no previous experience. The union's blaming bad management.
I'm shocked by the report. I quite honestly think that the board has to take a hard look at itself.
So, Leonie, who's going to be responsible for cleaning up the mess now?
That job has gone to Jackie Trad, who's been made Acting Transport Minister. As for the new chairman of Queensland Rail, the Premier has appointed Philip Strachan, the man who conducted this inquiry, who was responsible for the report. It's taken 4 months of unrelenting pressure and a loss of public confidence that has led to today. Alison Horn takes a look back at what went wrong.
The opening of the Redcliffe Peninsula line last October was supposed to be a historic achievement for the Palaszczuk government. 650 extra services linking Kippa to Brisbane. But within weeks, the wheels of the new rail system had fallen off because there weren't enough drivers.
The question that needs to be asked is, what is the minister doing? When was he briefed? What does he know about this?
Day after day, services were disrupted across the southeast, causing mass commuter chaos. In one fortnight alone, the timetables were changed 3 times, and the rail drama came to a head at the end of October, when 167 services were cancelled.
I was consistently advised that the crewing issues were acceptable.
The opposition went on the attack, demanding the minister go.
Stirling Hinchliffe's rail chaos is the new norm, and I call on the Premier to either seek his resignation or to sack him.
He should resign and take responsibility for the failures that he has presided over.
But it was the CEO of Queensland Rail who first shouldered the blame.
This is my fault, it is Queensland Rail's fault, and we had unrealistic expectations on what crewing we needed to actually deliver this timetable.
She lost her job, but Sterling Hinchliffe stood firm, maintaining time and time again he wasn't told about the driver shortage.
What I am 100% focused on is fixing this mess.
I'm focused on delivering the services that South East Queensland commuters expect and rely upon.
Then late on Christmas Eve, another rail fail. More than 230 Christmas Day train services were cancelled because of poor rostering.
There was, some poor decisions made by rostering management.
This is a minister that obviously doesn't know what questions to ask.
The pressure continued to mount this morning.
People won't have confidence in the South East Queensland rail network unless Sterling Hinchliffe resigns.
And after the damning Commission of Inquiry, today he did, taking ultimate responsibility for the train chaos. Alison Horn, ABC News, Brisbane.